Sound effects 21, walking on gravel. Sound effects 22, water running from a tap and eventually running down the plug hole.
You know, she never once held me in her arms. And now the sledgehammer stands in the snow with its iron, rusting head and wooden handle heart.
She would give you nothing, not even a jointure if she liked.
And now, lady and gentleman and hippie, for the first time in 12 glorious years of tram travel, the driver has revealed himself to be, wait for it, the light turner. He speaks his words of cheese-gratifying meaning.
Oh yes, the planet of New Canadian. Coolboard was set up for your fun by the big cheesemakers.
The greatest cheesemen our planet has ever seen.
Quite. Him and the lads at Dogwatch, like to the fandango at weekends. Oh yes, what's that, I would say? How far to go, sirs, I would say. Hard to say, sirs, I say. How far, sirs, willing? So I'll tell you. Farther, further, farthest, furthest you want to go. It's up to you and your partner. Only go as far as your partner is willing, sir, Miss Transient. The sofa and no further, or you'll become a father. That's what I always say. Oh yes. White, white, bite. White flesh, so white, then red, so red. Red light ahead. Oh, you went too far, Light Turner.
Well, there you go. Mad drivers. The tram is now without driver and is a complete runaway. Death could be something to worry about, people. Any worries with us today?
No, I don't mind. You?
No.
You?
Not really. I'm just going to read my book.
No, we don't mind. What's the book?
The Observer Book of Radiation Sickness. Each page is dipped in DU.
Any good?
Nah, as the eyes start to melt, you lose the plot.
How about the Braille version?
Fingers drop off by page 89. Same problem, really, isn't it?
Oh, well, I do happen to have a review of that very book in my knitted handbag. Miss Rogers, age 28, 38D, 2836, widow, told us that this is the poorest piece of ill-thought-out written work, she's never read past page 89, in a long time. And I quote, I didn't read it twice, but I am very happy with my jointure.
Jointure?
Dictionary?
Jointure. The state settled on wife for a period during which she survives husband when he has been pushed off Tram57, meaning he of dog food. Provide with jointure. 3. Rest now. Widow made of looking glass holding picture. French, Latin. Join 4. Stuck now. One of parallel timbers, wood from the logging planet of New Canada, stretched from wall to wall to carry ceiling laths of floorboards. French cheese, Latin, Jacquio, she lies.
The lights are flickering around the tram.
Just ashtrays in the flower beds.
She loved the city.
Connecting plugs still hang from hat stands and swing.
Yes, we would go down to the old swing coffee bar where Django Reinhardt, how he played those old blue notes.
But
All this was in her mind, like the melons. I had not said anything, and she knew it. We could only end it this way.
God, I'm bored.
The bridge is coming up.
I once stood on a bridge. Below I saw a dead fish and an unhatched egg floating in the swirling eddies. In a dance of death they were. They meet, they touched. A touch without feeling. They'd never had a chance. One unformed, the other too old, meeting at the surface, levelled in death.
I have a story. In the front room stood a tall blue man. My father said it was my invisible friend. I would talk for hours with my friend. I saw nothing but him. They all thought that I was mad, doctors, the family. Look, he's talking to that invisible blue man. What blue man? Seeing blue men, he must be mad. But I would say, I'm not mad. You see, he's really green. It was just the lighting that made him look blue that one time.
In my bed now lays a stranger. See her face in mirror tall. Drunken, she says,
You've changed. You have changed. I thought you were so cool when we danced below the mirror ball.
well, one of us has changed. She has passed from youth to womanhood. Harshness now fills her pretty face. The scales have fallen from her eyes, and she will never see me for what I was.
Only for what I have come to despise.
So people, run along with your dreams. Don't sell me your tales, we're out of time. Don't hide from the light. The killers you have seen, how the new age could have been.
Tram57 rolls on without end. This place of my birth, the scene of my death to be. When lights dim, will you remember me?
Sound effects 22, a hand cranked paper shredder. Sound effect 23, a badminton racket strings being touched by a finger. Sound effect 24, a radio's grill being scraped by a nail in a circle. Sound effects 24, an aerial of radio being pulled out, in and out. Sound effect 25, money being shook in a glass jar. Sound effect number 26, cereal being shook in its box. Sound effect number 27, empty milk bottle carton being squeezed and let go. Sound effect number 28, beveled glass plate being swirled by a fingernail. Sound effect number 29, tape measure, as in steel tape measure, being pulled in and out. Sound effect number 30, plastic bag being twisted. Sound effect number 31, a bottle of liquid being shaken. Sound effect number 32, switch, light switch going on and off. Sound effect number 34, metal spatula on its rack being struck gently.